Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Wednesday, but it's not just your average Wednesday. This is a day that I didn't even know existed. Jordan, did you know that this day existed? I haven't told you what it is yet, so
I don't know what day. I don't know
what day it is.
I know it's Cookie Day.
Yeah, it is Cookie Day. It is National Cookie Day, so that's a good thing. Especially some chocolate chips. Get those chocolate chips on there. Ooh, mercy. That'd be good stuff. But anyways, today is, and I didn't know that. I literally did not know this until I saw this on the National Day calendar. I thought, well, this has to be the lead. It is Santa's List Day. Yes, the naughty or nice list.
Naughty or nice.
Yeah, and the first mention of the list apparently in a song back in 1934.
Wow.
1934, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
That was the song that mentioned Santa's List the first time, but apparently the official day for Santa's List. This is a day where he decides naughty or nice. So it's interesting to see, that there was actually a day for that. I didn't realize there was a specific day. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe that's what happened. I got on the naughty list, couldn't get off of it. I figured the last, few days you'd get a shot to stay on the good list or jump over, wouldn't you? You've got the 4th until the 25th. You got 3 weeks. Can't I make up some ground?
Flip it around, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you ever on the naughty list?
No, never.
Says that with all the confidence in the world.
I never got coal.
You never got coal? Yeah, nowadays some people are like, give me the coal. I can burn that. Stay warm. But anyway, so it's Santa's List Day. Were you always naughty or nice? That's the thing we want to find out. I don't know if anyone has any comments. But I'm curious what Ron's going to say about that.
Naughty or nice? Naughty
or nice. Brian will probably check in. We'll find out. We'll see if they're naughty or nice. But anyways, who's nice all the time? Valley Converting. It is the sponsor for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We greatly appreciate it. Mike Biasi and the crew up in the Gem City, T-Town, Toronto, Ohio. And if you have paper products that you want recycled, maybe some paper products you don't want anyone else to look at, they can take care of that.
Like your naughty list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your naughty list or something maybe that would have gotten you on the naughty list. You know what I'm saying?
I have a list.
You have? Is December 4th the official Jordan list?
Oh no, you just don't want to. You just don't want to be on my list.
You don't want to be on the list. Okay. All right. Good to know. All right, here we go. Oh, Marty's checking in.
Oh, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Well, the last time he was on, he's on the naughty list apparently. He's on the naughty list. All right. Well, that's the list. So he's going naughty, and so we'll see. We'll see if he can get off that list before Christmas. But anyways, again, want to thank everybody from Valley Converting.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Thank you to Valley Converting. Can't thank them enough. And again, it is Santa's List Day. Had no idea that this day existed. Santa's List, 1934, first time was mentioned. Santa Claus is coming to town in a song there. Some other days from the National Day calendar before we get into the meat of the operation. And by the way, what do we think about this? Ryan Day, does he need to win a national championship to save his job at Ohio State?
Yes.
Okay, that's a preview in Jordan's answer already.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. It's cute. A lot of people are talking about it. Cabernet Franc Day, Cab Franc Day, I guess that's how you say it. So have some wine. It's a wine.
How's it spelled? Cabernet?
Franc. How do you say Franc? F-R-A-N-C?
Frank? Cabernet Franc?
Cabernet.
Is it a type of wine?
Yeah. Cabernet. Cabernet.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying that right. I don't know
yeah.
if I'm saying Franc right.
I think it's like Frank. I think it's more like not Franc, but
I think it's Franc. I'm going Franc. Franc. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Franc. Wildlife Conservation Day. This is big. Poaching, and it's basically making awareness to people, want to protect animals, wild animals. Illegal poaching has put elephants, rhinos, tigers, sea turtles, lemurs, and gorillas on the endangered species list. Would hate to see any of those great animals, leave the planet by, something that we've done. The way you celebrate it, don't buy illegal wildlife products such as such as ivory. Boycott unsustainable food like palm oil, and donate to conservation groups. But wildlife conservation. It's matching socks day. It's socks day. This is matching, so that was a big thing, I guess.
Matching socks.
Yeah, I guess. Now today is National Package Protection Day. It happens the first Wednesday after Thanksgiving. So when you're getting all those packages, you want to come up with a plan to protect the packages from the porch pirates. National Dice Day. Go roll them bones. Go win some money at the roulette wheel. Not roulette. What am I talking about? The craps table. Or just go out in the alley and just roll some dice. Make some money that way. National Cookie Day. Jordan, favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh, Christmas.
Okay, put your thinking cap on while we get to Ron. I know what the Buckeyes have on their list. They have a day they wish was over. Ryan Day. Ron, the Michigan man, is starting to fire it up. He is bringing the hot takes. Ron and Marty, I'm curious, favorite Christmas cookie or cookie in general?
See, I know mine.
It's National Cookie Day. Mine is Oreos. If my go-to everyday cookie, I would go with Oreos. Although chocolate chips moving up the list fast, always. Okay. Some birthdays to talk about. A little history. How about this one? 1954. Jordan, not real thrilled with this. 1954, first Burger King came to life in Miami, Florida.
Oh,
of all places. I didn't realize that, but Burger King birthplace, 1954, in Miami, Florida. Marty going with
that's mine. That's mine.
Snickerdoodles. Jordan going
that's
with
mine.
Snickerdoodles.
I used to make them with my grandma for Christmas.
There you go. Is it more the memory or is it still the taste?
Oh,
of
I love Snickerdoodles. They're my favorite.
Okay. All right.
Both reasons, just because I love them and
it's a great memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 1682. I don't think any of us were around for it. First General Assembly held in Pennsylvania in the United States. There you go. Birthdays to talk about. Max Baer Jr., Jethro Bodine in Beverly Hillbillies. Do you even know what Beverly Hillbillies is, Jordan?
I do not.
It is a show. I can't sing the theme song. One of the great theme songs in TV history. And Jed Clampett was the leader of the family. He hit some oil. And then he moved to Beverly Hills. And Granny used to go out to the cement pond and shoot the pool. She didn't realize that was called pool. It was pool.
The pool.
The pool. But Jethro Bodine, yes. The one with the Hershey Kiss on it is my favorite cookie.
Oh, the peanut butter blossom.
Oh, is that what they're called? I didn't know what they were called either.
Peanut butter blossom.
Okay.
At least that's what we call them.
All right. So you got Jethro Bodine. Let's see. Jeff Bridges right now in The Old Man. I don't know if anyone's seen that. It's on Hulu. Tremendous show with Jeff Bridges. Let's see. Marty's checking back in. Well, the first thing you know, okay, Jed's a millionaire. Yeah, first thing you know, though, Jed's a millionaire. See, I can't sing it. Or I'll get in trouble. But yeah. So, pack up the family, move to Beverly. Joe Boston Jr. checking in. I think Natty, and we forget about the team up north until next year. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, how about this one, though? Let's say, and I think it probably happens, let's say Ohio State gets a home game for the first round of the playoffs. They get a home game. They get to host.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they lose.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
tough.
I mean, you lose to Michigan at home, lose the first playoff game at home.
Ugh,
wow, I don't know if he survives that.
Bad.
Now the thing is, I mean, if you look at his record and you look at everything he's done there, he recruits like a madman. He gets all the top recruits. He has a tremendous record, other than against Michigan. He's still looking for a national title, but he's always in contention for one as the head coach. So. I don't know. I think he's a good coach. I just, I think he's in a tough spot right now because he can't figure out how to beat Michigan. But Coach Cooper couldn't figure it out either, and he stayed around for a lot of years that people wanted him to be gone. Marissa Tomei, 1964. My cousin Vinny. She's an actress that has a birthday today. Tyra Banks, the supermodel. How about this guy? Jelly Roll.
Oh.
Jelly Roll birthday today. I forgot to write down the year. I apologize. And then how about this? In 1956, a little history from here. We're just bouncing all over the place today, everybody. So just, you have a comment, throw it in there. How about this? 1956, Sun Studio down in Nashville, I think, right? Nashville or Memphis? I can't remember where. Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash were all in Sun Studios together at the same time back in 1956.
Wow.
That is, those some legends right there. So you have that. And then how about this one? I saw this birthday and I said, I have to share this story. There used to be a show on, and if anybody remembers, Marty, Ron, Joe, I'm not sure how old you are, but there was a show that was called Baba Black Sheep. It was an NBC show, and it was about Pappy Boyington and his cast of characters that were his fellow fighter pilots. He was the leader of their unit. Let's see. Ron checking in with Day. I think Day gets fired on the field after the game as Urban Meyer leads his team to the locker room. I'll tell you what, that might not be too far from the truth, Ron. That's pretty good. So Pappy Boyington, they have this show called Baba Black Sheep, and it's about the squadron. And he was an ace in World War II. He flew the Corsairs and was an absolute ace and Medal of Honor recipient, heroic combat fighting. He was born in 1912, died in 1988. He was played by Robert Conrad, the tough guy. There you go. Yeah, Robert Conrad. Here we go. So love that show. Oh, it was a great show. Used to watch with my dad and my brother all the time. And Robert Conrad was the star of the show. Absolutely. So here's my story about the show. And I was in, I'm going to say 5th grade.
Okay.
5th or 6th grade. 5th or 6th grade. Definitely was out of 4th grade. 5th or 6th grade. So we're watching this. So we had an assignment, and we were supposed to write a letter to someone asking for something, or I can't remember what it was. But what I did was I thought, well, I'm going to write to the show. So I wrote to Baba Black Sheep. Lord knows where I got an address for the studio. Someone must have helped me out with that. But I sent a letter to the show and just kind of asked if I could maybe get an autographed picture or something like that. So what they sent back, and I think I might still have it in a box somewhere, but they sent back a picture of one of the Corsair planes. And the Corsairs, they have an interesting wing where there's like an elbow in it where it kind of goes up a little bit, but a cool looking plane. Mm-hmm. And so they sent back this black and white photo of the cast, and they were all dressed up in their flight suits and everything, posing in front of the planes. They had the dog.
Wow.
They had a dog in front of the plane. They had them there. They had a Jeep, the mechanics, everybody was in it. And Robert Conrad signed it, the star of the show.
Wow.
And I got it back and I thought, all right, that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
So loved the show. And actually got to the point where for Christmas, my dad got my brother and I some model airplanes. And then after we put them together, he hung them up on the ceiling with fishing line to make it look like they were flying and everything above our beds in the bedroom. So always enjoyed that show. So that's my little Pappy Boyington, Robert Conrad, Baba Black Sheep story. So there you go, everybody. So we have that going for us. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has it going for me. I thought that was pretty cool when I was a kid.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was very nice. All right, let's talk college football. Jordan.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so these allegedly are the ratings.
The rankings, yeah.
The rankings, but I thought Miami was 13.
No, the new ones just came out.
Okay, so on the college football playoff rankings, Oregon number 1, Texas number 2, Penn State number 3, Notre Dame number 4. Now Notre Dame will have to go to 5 because they can't win a division championship, so they'll be the 5th seed. Georgia is number 5, Ohio State 6, Tennessee 7, SMU 8. Number 9 is Indiana, Boise State. They are 10. Alabama, number 11 and 12 is Miami.
See, I don't agree.
What don't you agree with?
I don't think Bama should be 11. They have 3 losses and not good losses.
See, now the interesting thing is Arizona State and Iowa State, that's basically a playoff game because they're both 10 and 2. So they have better records than Alabama, Ole Miss, South Carolina, but they're going to play in the Big 12 championship game. So someone's going.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's where Miami would get knocked down to 13, I think, because one of those teams is going to take a spot. Indiana's locked in at 11 and 1. Boise State, if they don't win and UNLV beats them, then they'd probably be out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really have too much of a problem with the list. Now, as a Miami guy, let's see what we have from Ron. Remember when they had the ladies painted on the planes? Yep. Bugle Boy Company B years. Yeah, absolutely. They had the pinup girls that they would paint on the planes. They would name the planes. Masters of the Air. I think that's the show. I want to say it was on Apple TV. It was about the bombers going over when they first went over and changed the course of the war with what they were able to do. But they needed the fighters, and they named their planes and everything. Marty says, "Go Irish!" Absolutely. The Irish could be playing a home game. I saw a couple arguments for and against Alabama and Miami. There's some people that Miami's fraud. They're 10 and 2. They lost by 9 points total to Syracuse and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech went 8 overtimes with Georgia, so Georgia Tech's a pretty good team.
I mean, that reminds me of.
And Syracuse, they're 9 and 3 now. They're ranked 22nd. So it was a road game for Miami. They went up and played. Now, I've said this the whole season, Jordan. You can, if I didn't say it, you tell me I didn't say it. Miami doesn't play defense.
You did. You said.
I said that was going to be the big problem the whole year. I thought that was going to be a problem, and it showed up. And they don't play defense, but they won 10 games. So. And then the thing is, people want to get Alabama in, or at least SEC people want to get Alabama in. And I don't have an issue with Alabama. They're really good. The one thing I would say to Alabama, though, is give Milroe the ball and have him run.
Yeah.
Because when he runs, it's like he runs at a different speed than everybody else.
Yeah.
When he throws it, he has problems. But if they're talking about, Miami kind of faltered down the stretch. So you talk about that. Alabama went to Oklahoma a week ago. Not.
Yeah,
they played Auburn, but then they went to Oklahoma unranked and got beat 24-3.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So it's like I'm not sure. People are.
And I'm an Alabama fan, but that's what I'm saying.
I have no complaint. I have no complaint that Miami's not in the field. They had their opportunity. You got to go to Syracuse, win a game. You're up 21-0. Then when they went to halftime, I was like, okay, it's 28-21. You're up 7 on the road. You have a half to play. All you have to do is win that half.
Yeah.
Or just play it to a tie, and you go. So, hey, we didn't take care of business. So if we don't go, that's on us. Let's see. Marty with the question of the day: Notre Dame versus Miami. Who you rooting for?
Oh, Bill, that's tough for you.
Come on, Marty. It's the Canes all day.
It's all about the U.
No, that's where I went to school. Now, I do have a number of teams that I have become a fan of. When I was growing up, I hated Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Couldn't stand Notre Dame because I liked USC. I liked the Trojans of Southern Cal because they were on TV all the time. That's the team we saw in the afternoon. And then Notre Dame just seemed like everyone was, Notre Dame. It was like it was too much. So I didn't like Notre Dame. I remember my grandmother asked me, she said, "Billy, why do you root against Notre Dame all the time?" I said, "I don't like them." I was like, I had no other reason. I was 10. I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I'm married into a Notre Dame family, have been to the stadium, been on the field for pregame, have been in the stands. It is a fabulous place to go watch a college football game. And the people that work at Notre Dame, the ushers, the ticket takers, they know that Notre Dame is basically like a living museum when people go to visit there to go see a game there. People go to the grotto. They go to see the Golden Dome. They go to the bookstore, which is people spend hours in the bookstore. It's amazing. They go to the stadium, and everybody's very nice, very, very welcoming because they know it's basically, hey, this is kind of like a living museum. So, and my son's a huge Notre Dame fan and the rest of the family. So, I pull for the Irish. After playing Miami, go Canes. And apparently my son has already decided that we have to figure out a way to get to South Florida next year, the opener for the Irish apparently is a game with the Hurricanes. Oof, that would be fun.
That would be really fun.
That would be fun. That would be fun. But they might get a home game now. So that's where my heart is with Miami. But like at Syracuse, it was really weird because I was really happy for my dad, and I was happy for Syracuse because they won a 9th game. And other than the Pitt game, they really played pretty well in all of their games. The Pitt game, they were just lost their minds. But I was excited for them because I was born in Syracuse. I was born on the campus hospital or in the campus hospital. Mm-hmm. My dad took me to basketball games and all kinds of stuff when I was a baby up there. So I've been watching the Syracuse Orange for years. I remember when they won the national title in basketball. I got home from work. My mother-in-law was staying there. I think so. That would have been a while ago. I think maybe just had Ian, but she was either watching Ian and Isabella or just Ian. And I remember the game ended, and I stood up in the middle of the living room, and I was crying. And she was like, not blubbering, but just like tears run down my face. And she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "I never thought I'd ever see this."
Yeah. And
they finally did it. They had some chances, came close, didn't win. Keith Smart, of course, from Indiana, hits that shot at the buzzer. So I'll tell you what, so Syracuse. So those are probably my 3 top teams. And now Alabama, because Jordan's a big Alabama fan. Roll Tide. Or as I like to say in the commercial, high tide. High tide. High tide. Let's see. So Marty's ready for a road trip.
Me too.
We still have to make the road trip to Cambridge. If we don't make the road trip to Cambridge to find out about the best pizza in Cambridge by the end of the year, then that's off. Just going to say. I remember Jerome Bettis carrying 4 defenders into the end zone in Notre Dame. Absolutely. The bus. My man. My man, the bus. So I'll tell you what. I watched NFL, I guess it's NFL Network. I don't know. I'm not sure what I was watching. It might have been a different streaming service, but they had NFL icons and they had Jerome Bettis on. And it's just funny because I remember, when they didn't win and Hines Ward was moved to tears in the press conference after the game, saying he felt so bad for Jerome, and then they convinced him to come back for another season. Then they end up winning the whole thing, and he had the fumble, and he thought it's all over. And Ben makes a tackle, and then I think it was Vanderjack misses the kick, and the Steelers move on. They go on to win the Super Bowl. And then I had an opportunity to work with Jerome for, about 8 years doing the Jerome Bettis show up at PXI. Just a super, super guy. And what a player. He had those sweet feet. He was a power back, run you over, but he get in the hole with those feet and be able to, cut, move on a dime. It was amazing for a man that big to move that fast and with that much power. It was pretty amazing. And then on top of it, just a great guy. And he's an Irish guy. So he went to Notre Dame. So a lot going on. So the playoffs, they are coming. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the championship games this week. All right, Jordan, I need some predictions as we leave. And Marty, Ron, if you guys want to join in on predictions for the games this week, let's do this. Let's take a look. All right, Friday, UNLV 10-2, Boise State 11-1, Mountain West Championship game on Fox. Night game at 8. Who you got? Jordan?
Who was it again?
UNLV and Boise State.
Boise State.
No upset.
No, I don't think so.
I think UNLV keeps it close for 3 quarters. Boise State pulls away.
Yeah.
Tulane and Army, American Athletic Championship. See, now here's the deal. Army and Tulane, neither one of them can advance because they're not ranked high enough. Boise State and UNLV both ranked higher than Army at 24. Army's 10-1. Tulane is 9-3.
I got to go with the Army.
Going with Army? Okay. I think Army wins. They're solid, but Tulane's a good team. It's all whether or not Tulane can figure out a way to stop that option. Let's see. Jerome came out of a restaurant in Pittsburgh to meet me and baby Zach. Zach met the bus.
Wow.
All right. The Colonel met the bus back in the day. All right. Good to know. All right. Marty's going with Boise. Marty's going with Army. All right. So we're all on the same page so far. All right. Okay. Saturday, December 7th. Let's have Pearl Harbor Remembrance. Remember, the lives sacrifice of Pearl Harbor. And I'm not kidding. Just Pearl Harbor Day. Make sure we remember what happened back on December 7th. And as we got into World War II as a country because of Pearl Harbor. All right. Iowa State, Arizona State, Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game. It's at noon. Both teams are 10-2, ranked 15th and 16th. Iowa State's 15, or Iowa State 16, Arizona State's 15th.
I haven't watched those teams, so I don't.
I haven't seen a lot of Arizona State. I've seen Iowa State. They're solid. They're solid. When they don't turn the ball over, they win. Ian and I went to a kicking camp at Iowa State. Now, I was also on the Super Bowl field when they played Arizona State at their stadium when the Steelers won Super Bowl 30. So I have connections. I have little feelers to both of these places. But I'm gonna be pulling for Iowa State, and I think Iowa State can win it. Ron says Arizona State.
Yeah, my gut was saying Arizona State.
Marty
I don't know
says
why.
Iowa State. All right. Okay, here's the first real big one. Number 5, Georgia taking on number 2, Texas.
I'm saying Texas beats them.
Texas beats them?
Yeah. I'm saying close game. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to say close game, but Texas.
Okay. Texas. Ron, Marty, what we got? Brian checking in. Ohio State still has a lot to play for. They do, Brian. Brian, you going to check in on who's going to – let me know who you think's going to win the Texas-Georgia game. Because we're going over the games right now. Texas and Georgia, that's in Atlanta. I'm going to go with Georgia. I'm going to go with Georgia because it's basically a home game.
Yeah, but the last home game, 8 overtimes.
Yeah, but that was
Georgia Tech.
That was. Didn't they play? I thought they played. Did they play in the regular season? Oh, let's take a look.
I don't think they did they?
Yes, no. Georgia, Texas. Georgia won it 30-15, and that was in Texas. That was in Texas. Now I think Texas is better than them, but I'm going to go with Georgia because it's in Atlanta. I'm going to give them the edge on that one. All right, so that's the SEC. Brian's going with Georgia. Marty's going runaway Georgia. Ron, Texas. Ron is going with Texas. Ron likes to stir up the pot. He sure does. All right, here we go. For all you Ohio State fans out there, will you be watching? Will you be watching? Penn State, 11-1. Oregon, 12-0. Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Big Ten championship game.
That I want Penn State to win, but I think Oregon is going to win.
Why do you want Penn State to win? Because you're from Pennsylvania?
Well, I grew up a split house, Penn
okay.
State,
Okay.
So I'm kind of a Penn State.
Okay, so who's the split? Is mom a Penn Stater or is dad a Penn Stater?
No, my dad's family
Penn
split.
State. Oh, okay.
Like not my mom and my dad. My dad's family split Penn State.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I think Oregon will win, but I would like to see Penn State win.
I think Oregon finds a way to win. I don't
think it's find a way. I think they win.
You think they're going to thump them?
I don't want it to be a blowout.
What's the spread on this?
I don't know. I'm not pulling for a blowout, but
no, you want to see good games.
Like I want to see a good Big Ten championship.
All right. The over under in that game is 50.5. The spread is Oregon by 3.
Ooh.
So, but hey, 53% of the money is on Penn State.
Which is surprising for me, to me.
So that's a big one. And then here's the ACC game, the game that Miami should be in if they took care of business, but apparently couldn't hold a 7-point lead at half.
Yeah, Miami should be in that game.
They should be, but they're not. And let's see.
It's Clemson, right?
Yep. Dabo Sweeney here, there's some interview with him, says Dabo campaigns for multiple ACC teams to reach the playoff. Well, Dabo, if you lose in the championship game, you're going to have 4 losses. There's no way in the world you were getting in.
Yeah.
So he was fortunate the Miami lost. He'd be over. They wouldn't even be a playoff consideration. But somehow, this is where we're at. SMU 11-1, Clemson 9-3.
I gotta go SMU. I gotta go SMU.
Gotta go SMU.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't like Clemson.
No, I never have.
Franklin always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That is true. That is true. Marty calling for the upset. All right, Marty. I like it. Brian going with Oregon, going with the Ducks. Ooh, Ron's throwing out numbers. Oregon, big. I mean, she's shouting Oregon by 17.
I could see that, actually. I could
too. I mean, if it's going to be a blowout, I think it's going to be Oregon. It's going to turn into a track meet.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to do it.
Yep.
But if you're Penn State, You come out, slow down the game clock, eat the clock, keep the offense off the field. All right, so Clemson and SMU. Whew. A lot of people have talked about this. A lot of people say Clemson, they've been here, they've done that. Well, these players haven't been there.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, come on. SMU, I've watched them a little bit. They're good. Now, if they had Eric Dickerson and all those guys from the Pony Express, then yeah, they'd be winning. They'd have a lot of cash in their cars too. Marty's going with SMU. Oregon walks like a duck, hits like a truck. So Ron is going with Oregon. Yeah, I think I'm going to be pulling for SMU. I think I'm going to be pulling for SMU just because something different. Yep. So, that's a look at this game. So there you go. Remember, today is Santa's List Day. So if you're on the naughty list, make sure you do your best to get off of that. I don't know if you can change it. I'm going to have to look up and see if there's a change the list day before Christmas, because it just seems like the 4th is pretty early.
Yeah.
Have a finalized list. I mean, if you do some good stuff. Oof.
Yeah, he'll check it,
He's checking it twice, at least once. Let's see. Ron says, go Steelers. Yeah, Steelers are having a good one.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, they needed all 44 of those points in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, and anybody was banging the drum that Joe Burrow's done.
No.
He can't get it done.
He can.
Forget about
his
it.
team can.
The defense can't play. But, man, he can still throw it. He can still sling the rock. So, and that was a lot of people were saying that early in the season. Like, Joe Burrow's not getting it done. He's not, it's like.
He is. He's the one that's getting it done. He's the only one.
The defense, they got to get some players. All right. We are out of time. Oh, we went 33 minutes? Seriously?
Bro, this is a long one.
Holy moly.
We better.
You know what? We better wrap this up. we got other stuff to do. All right, everybody. Valley Converting. Can't thank them enough. Can't thank you guys enough for joining in with the comments. Greatly appreciate it. Jordan, thanks for your expertise on all the picks. And, of course, on your snickerdoodles. So, yeah, National Cookie Day today. Everybody have a cookie and celebrate. So that is it for today. Until next time, everybody, remember the 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. Have a great day, everybody.